All right, now to this, a parking nightmare. People who live at a Sac State off-campus student housing complex, they're angry. They say there aren't enough spaces to park.
Yeah, and what's worse is the city doesn't allow them to park overnight on the street. So no parking at school, no parking on the street. That's forcing a lot of people to have to walk some pretty long distances to and from their cars if they want to get to class. Fox 40's Doug Johnson has more from the crossings near Folsom Boulevard and Power Inn Road.
Well, Joe and Allie, one of the first things we tried to do today was speak to somebody inside the leasing office here at the crossing, but they told us they had no comment and immediately asked us to leave their property. Meanwhile, many of the residents are furious at the management company, while neighbors in the area are also pretty frustrated.
So the parking is terrible.
The problem is there's not enough spaces for the number of people living at the crossings.
How is 1,000 people with 1,000 cars going to fit in 50 parks? That's just not going to work.
And the city does not allow overnight parking on Ramona Avenue, which means residents have to park a half-mile away on Cucamonga.
We have to park like 15, 20 minutes away, and I work at a bar, so I don't get off until like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. So walking here all the way like to the apartments it sucks.
The problem with Cucamonga, though, is this street is prone to, car break-ins.
You can see there's 2 vehicles.
Carlene Hibden lives on Cucamonga, and she says getting out of her driveway has become a nightmare. With all the parked cars, she can't see if anyone's coming or not. So she's put her trash cans out every night.
If my waste can isn't there, someone else will park in front of that pickup.
And speaking of that pickup, it's parked in front of a fire hydrant.
Well, there's going to be a problem. The fire department will have to work around that, I guess. I don't know what they do when it's blocked.
Hibden says that's happening in front of her house almost daily.
Hopefully there's not going to be any fires.
Back at the apartments, residents tell us all the parking spaces have sold out, and there's still been problems.
Every day, there's been at least one tow truck towing a car out of here.
Well, residents want the apartment to add more spaces.
They have plenty of space, but they're not advocating for anything at all because they don't care.
Hibden says there's a simpler solution. The apartment managers should contact Sacramento State, which owns this currently unused parking lot on Ramona.
They're not using that for this overflow for some reason. So
in Sacramento, Doug Johnson.
I don't blame the students. They're just trying to get an education.
Fox 40 News.
Now, some people tell Fox 40 that even with a parking permit, their cars still have been towed by the property managers. They also say there's absolutely no guest parking at all, something they were not told when they signed their leases. Well,